Hey guys, Kerry Werner here, standing at the Fayetteville World Cup venue. It's Tuesday after Trek Cup and World Cup Eve, and yeah, we're all set up. Everybody else is setting up, so if you hear any background noise, that's probably what that is. Before the World Cup, why don't we take a step back and talk about the last World Cup? A little Trek CX Cup World Cup race recap. I'm going to start off by saying that this race recap may lack some video. Hey! This race recap may lack some video. Jeez. This race recap may lack some video, and it also will have some vertical shots and iPhone shots with some different qualities because I reached out to the greater internet community to give me what they have, and hopefully I paint you guys a good enough picture for this race. Okay, so a couple things to note here. The course is more or less the same as the course we raced on Friday for the C2. They've just added a couple off-camber technical sections to justify giving it the World Cup designation. The other thing to note is that Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday morning, everything was dry. When we woke up Sunday morning, it did start to drizzle off and on, but it never really made an impact on the course. The women started at 12 p.m. on Sunday, and they started on dry tires, so everything was normal. Right after the women's race, though, it started to rain again. Though everybody was timid, at least I was. I know Steven started on file treads as well. It just wasn't really making an impact on the course, and so a lot of people started on file treads. Keep that in mind. I was the last one on the front row, so they call everybody else up first, and then they do a front row call up, and so that was pretty cool. Got a little special TV time on that one. Yeah, then the race started. Heartbeats, red light to green light, and pretty normal start. Had a good start, slotted into like top 15, and just spent the first lap kind of maintaining that position. Within that first lap, I kind of realized that files weren't going to cut it. The drizzle was making an impact, and the packed clay on the line that had been from the previous races was super slick. So we were already hopping from grass patch to grass patch, and now the drizzle was making that even more challenging issue. A lap and a half in, I pitted for Maxxis All-Terrains, the mid tire, and I run in these and the files that I started on at 25 in the rear, 23 in the front. 2 laps in, we came into a section where it was a transition from grass or mud onto pavement, and quite a few people ate it there, like hit the deck hard. Corny Van Kessel being the first, then Trek Belois rider, and then finally Thibaut Nice did it in a big way and crashed into some unpadded metal railings and snapped his collarbone in two. So that sucked. And yeah, hope he gets better soon. I think that dashes his North American World Cup hopes. Yeah, luckily for me, Stephen Hyde crashed there in pre-ride, so I already knew that that was slippery, and so I was watching out for that. Maybe Stevie should have told everybody he crashed in pre-ride, I don't know. About halfway through my lap with All-Terrains, I knew that wasn't going to cut it either, so a lap later, I pitted for Baby Limas, and I also asked Spencer to bring it down 1 PSI front and rear as I rolled by the pit. So then I jumped in, grabbed the babies, and that was the tire for the rest of the race. And it was good. The rain was continually to come down in drizzles and sporadically throughout the course of the race, which was keeping everything super slippery. And about 4 laps in, me and 4 other guys formed a group that were fighting for 13th place. And we kind of did that for the rest of the race. For us, it came down to the last lap. You know, in the middle of the race, some dudes would get away, then they would come back. There was like, some guys in the group were better fitness-wise, had more power, but not as much finesse or technical ability. And so it kind of made this like interesting group to ride with. So coming into the last lap, or on the last lap, Thies Aerts was one of those power riders, and he was mashing it into one of the straights right before the barriers. Really similar to what Vandenham was doing on the C2 day. I jumped him right before the barriers, but he jumped me back, and while that was happening, the Swiss national champ jumped both of us and punched it across the straight into the Trek factory off camber. He distanced himself in a way that he was gone. I was on Thies Erzwiel and put in one hard dig to jump him right before the off camber, and luckily I rode that one smooth, distanced myself from him, couldn't bring it back to the Swiss champ. He was gone for 13th, and I brought it home in 14th place. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. I had a super fun time out there. That was like my favorite conditions to race in. Ended up with my best World Cup finish so far. So looking forward to carrying that momentum here into Wednesday. We are supposed to get a little bit more rain. Fingers crossed. Anyway, pressure washer's still gone, so I'm gonna leave you guys at it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. It's a nice pressure washer, Doug.